These days, reality is a bummer. Everyone's looking for a way to escape.
Hello everybody, I'm Meatball Saucy. Welcome to another video. Today, I'm planning on taking you on a mixed reality adventure. I say mixed reality, not virtual reality, and not augmented reality. Mixed reality is like virtual reality in that you put a headset on and you're virtually enclosed, but there are pass-through cameras that bring your external world into the virtual world along with you, allowing you to overlay digital images in a real setting, like this arcade. With the release of the Quest 3 a few weeks ago, whatever it was, they introduced an upgraded version of their pass-through mode. This upgraded version of the pass-through has color, it's got a very vibrant screen, it's a great machine. But with that machine, we now have the ability to have virtual pinball in our real environment. So join me today as I take you through a quick tech demo and share with you what I've got working. Okay, I think we're ready to start this journey. First, let me start off by kind of giving you an idea of what's going on, what you're seeing. Here on the left-hand side of the screen is a direct stream to this streaming laptop. It's coming wirelessly coming from the Oculus headset, being streamed to a website, and we're capturing it in OBS. Over on the right-hand side is the overhead cam, looking straight down over here at the Legends Pinball. Up here on top of Legends Pinball is my Pier doll that I got from Bob and Faye. Shout out to Bob and Faye. As you can see, the room is completely visible. Note that the camera you are seeing is a single display only, whereas in the headset I've got side by side, and so I have depth. You will not see a lot of the depth in the virtual image, what's recorded on screen, but believe me, it is there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch into virtual desktop. Okay, now what we're seeing is the virtual desktop. So now this is an application that's installed, and this is streaming wirelessly to my headset. So this is how we're able to create a connection wirelessly to the VPN cap. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that, and I'm going to launch directly into Pinup Popper. Now you could use Pinup Popper VR, and I find that it works just fine. However, for this workflow, I'm just using the tools in virtual desktop natively. So just with a quick flick of my wrist, I was able to reorient this into a vertical mode. And so I've got a nice big virtual screen in front of me. Now when I step up to the cabinet, I navigate over to my virtual reality playlist. Could have gone the other way, it would have been faster, but there we go. And I'm going to start us off with a little bit of John Wick by Balutito, and the pup pack is a Team Tuga, with a little bit of help from Joe Picasso on some of the models. This is a very cool table, but what you'll see here is this is going to start loading up. What it will do is it'll launch Steam VR, and the playfield will effectively go blank here once the table loads. You will see a Steam VR load icon here. One of the little bugs that I still have not quite worked out is because of my long load times, I have to use the controller here to set this view. So it's going to pop up a Steam menu. There's the Steam menu because it hasn't loaded. I have to close that Steam menu with my controller. But now without that, the table's going to load up here in just a moment, and you'll see it's kind of out of whack. Here's my actual table. This gives me a good opportunity to share with you that on the back glass here, the pup pack is loaded. It is playing over on the virtual table, but now let's go ahead and use the control panel to set where we want this to be. And I think that's pretty good for this purpose. I'll set my controller down. I'll go ahead and put in a credit. I'll give this a quick flip. Oh, that didn't start out well. Thank goodness for ball saves, right? Now you're going to notice a little bit of ball warping here. I'm not sure that I have VPX GL set up correctly to negate that or offset that ball warp. It's not perfect, but it is really impressive from a 3D visuals and being able to actually see the table the way it's meant to be seen. And this is an extremely impressive look. Now you'll also notice, like I said, you've got the environment here. I can freely look around, and I've got the John Wick logo here for the table that's out sitting in La La Land and inside the wall or outside. But yeah, this is pretty exciting. Now keep in mind, not all pup packs are designed to work in augmented reality or virtual reality. So if they are, this will pull them in. It works great. One key thing to note is that while the DMD here is great, you have to have all of your pinup poppers set for this to display. The other thing to note is that this display and this virtual desktop only works with 1080p. So for those of you that have a configuration for 4K, like I do, there is a little bit of additional modification that is required in order to get the displays in the right position and configured properly so you can view them in VR appropriately. And again, now you can just see, and it just adds to the experience because you can still see your hands, you can still see the environment. You're not in a closed off world, and it just adds so much to the experience. And I find that I can control the ball a little bit easier in virtual reality, right as I drain. It's the way of the world. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my exit button. And you will see Steam VR start, then close. And now we are right back into virtual desktop and pinup popper. Now, one of the other cool features, again, like I said, this is now a virtual environment. This is not augmented. But at any point, I can just tap on the side of the headset, and it brings me into the non-virtual world. I can then just tap again, right back into the virtual world where I wanted to be to start with. So I'm going to load up one other table here. You will note that I have set this up to where all of the names of the tables that are here have got the color that I used for the background. That is pretty important. That is how you create this augmented reality or mixed reality effect, is by using a single color. In most cases, I am recommending to use green where possible, but I'll show you an example of why green is not possible here in just a few minutes. And again, with the load time, gonna have to use the controller here to close the menu. Now the best part is that this remembers pretty much what the last table position was, and you'll note that there's a couple of fins here that I need to get deleted off of this table, but like I said, it remembers the position basically where you want it. But if it's not to your liking, again, you just have to configure the key correctly to recenter. And it'll get there. Okay, close enough. Again, pup pack integration. Is there. Any of the issues that are present or were present in the VR table, like in this particular case, the physics are not the newest physics that we've come to know. You're going to have to deal with on these until newer versions get released and we can get them modified as well. Here we go. Now again, I'm going to lean in a little bit and you'll start to see the borders appear. But you've got the full range of motion. Again, you're not going to see the depth that I'm seeing because of that not having the stereoscopic side by side. But like I said, you can get real close to the playfield. And hopefully this is coming through, but there is the V-Pin Hub ball. For those of you that are interested, it does work in AR, MR, VR as well. Okay. Again, closing out of the table, closes Steam VR, and right back to Virtual Desktop. So now you can see these are all set to green. So I've got the system or virtual desktop pass-through set up to chroma key out green. But tables like Batman Forever, where the majority of the table is green, you would end up with a virtual hole wherever there's green on this table. So green is not a color we can use for this table. So this is pink, but let's go ahead and see what it looks like to make modifications to that. Sorry about bumping the mic there. Again, having to close the Steam menu. Now when this loads, you're going to see a big pink room. I can't see my environment. And that's again because the chroma key on this one is green and not pink. So I'm going to open up my virtual desktop and I'm going to reconfigure this from green to pink. And then switch back to VR. And here we go. Now, you'll also note, one of the reasons I want to use green in most cases, that the pink has much more reflective properties to it. And so some of these tables with the matte black finish that they used for their textures on their models actually reflects the pink. So it turns the black into pink. And so you can see that down here on the front of the table and on the sides and all the rims. But all of the green pieces within the table are in place. And again, the reason that this is important to do is because I get the SSF and all of the cool features set up on my cabinet, and being able to have this level of experience with all of the SSF and things like that has been really important to me. And I do have the SSF turned down and the volume on the pup way down on purpose. But keep in mind, they are fully functional and it works great when you're not shooting a video. Oops, there we go. Anyways. So that's about the big points that I wanted to talk about on this tech demo today. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other tables that I've got converted for mixed reality. And wasn't that awesome? Man, I had such a good time making this video. It is so hard to explain how good it feels to be able to play these awesome virtual machines and still be able to feel like you're in your own environment. If you like this content, please leave a like on the video. If you're interested in learning more and you'd like me to do a tutorial, share the video, get your friends to come and leave a like. If I get 100 likes and there's enough interest in this concept, I will absolutely make a tutorial for you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Cheers.